everybody, and welcome to Week 8 of the high school football season here on Mirror TV on YouTube. Again, I am joined by Mike Boydum, our high school football beat writer, all things high school football. My name is Scott Franca. We have a bunch of games to get to, and we're not going to bring up the cups real quick. These are our cups. These are the 5 schools we really love.
Aren't you bringing it up?
I guess I am bringing it up, but I was going to say, I am going to be at the Tyrone Hollidaysburg game Friday night, so if somebody from Tyrone sees this and would like to bring me a cup, I would certainly welcome, because we already have a Hollidaysburg cup. Actually, we have 2, but that's another story. I don't know who's got this game, but this is probably going to be one of the better games, if not the best game in our area. 7-0 Myersdale, 6-1 Portage. And if I'm correct, is this not for the West Pack already?
Yeah, that Myersdale beat Berlin last week. Berlin beat Portage already. So, it's going to be a tough game for Portage, but it's at Portage. They always have a great crowd. And you know what else they always have is a great 50-50. I got to talk about this. They have 50-50s that go for thousands of dollars every week. And I think that what they do is they start selling the 50-50 tickets at the beginning of the week at like businesses and stuff.
Jeez.
So that they build it up throughout the week. And then when they announce that, it's like, man, it's like life-changing money almost.
See, now, and I haven't been to a Portage football game since the 80s, but do they not have a wonderful buffet for the media, too, in the press box? You've been to their games, right?
They do have the crock pot dinners and everything, but, that doesn't really apply to the people at home watching the game. So
but just to say how nice the people are at Portage. Our second game, in which they do have food in the press box as well, is 2-5 Tyrone at 3-4 Hollidaysburg. Everybody's going to wonder who I'm going to pick this week. It's obviously, I have a choice between either my brother or my sons. If my mom were alive, I probably would get yelled at. I'd have to pick my brother. I'm taking Hollidaysburg just because Hollidaysburg's also playing much better than Tyrone right now. Does Tyrone have a chance in this game? They're 2-5. The Tigers are 3-4.
Well, Tyrone has the Brandon Lucas Damon Grip connection. Grip leads our area in catches, are the core coverage area, not including State College. And he has just done a great job at being a big target for Lucas, but there's so many injuries with Tyrone. We've been talking all year about Hollidaysburg's injuries, but now they're finally starting to get healthy. But Tyrone, not so much.
Yeah, Tyrone had to cancel their JV game Monday night against Clearfield because he doesn't have enough healthy. John Franco doesn't have enough healthy bodies. He told me he only has 7 offensive linemen on his entire roster, and he had 5 starters and then 2 on the side. They can't afford to have a JV game. But like Mike said, Hollidaysburg has gotten healthy, and it helped that they played Central Mountain last week. But yeah, this Hollidaysburg team is going to have to deal with, because doesn't Lucas, he's a threat to run as much as a thrower, so I got to think that's going to be their focus, and I imagine Tyrone is scheming as well. Hollidaysburg can play either Martelacki at quarterback or the sophomore, the McGinnis kid. Another one of the better games in our area, going from the Myersdale Portage, we thought was going to be a good game. 7-0 Tussey Mountain and when's the last time we said this in Week 8? A 5-2 Glendale team. Spank Trexler has really turned it around up there. How much of a chance do you give Glendale in this game?
Well, how about the fact that Glendale's 5-2, but they could be 6-1. I mean, they almost beat Claysburg.
Yeah.
That came right down to the wire. They were driving with a chance to win the game. But, I'm not going to just sit here and tell you Glendale has no chance to win the game, because we did that all year last year with Juniata Valley. We were like, Juniata Valley's not going to win this, although they're not going to beat BG. And you know what? They were a great team, and something clicked and something happened for them. Maybe something's clicking for this Glendale team right now, just like it did for Tussey Mountain a couple of years ago.
Yeah, and I think Sotosante's had been a big reason why they've been so good. And I think, and Mike said about it being at home, Glendale at home, I just think in high school football, if you have 2 even teams, that's a nice thing to have on your side. Another good game. Who do we have covering this game? 7-0 Richland at 6-1 Bedford. Richland just got done dismantling BG, I think. Bedford had the tough loss against Chestnut Ridge. I got to think playing at Bedford again is going to give them a slight edge, or is Richland that good? It's just
I don't know. That was it 36-0 that Richland beat BG.
That's a good team.
And BG now they struggle a little bit offensively, but to give up 36 points to Richland, that means they're doing something really good on offense because BG has a great defense. So I mean, hey, Bedford gave Chestnut Ridge everything they could handle last week. So ever since they put Mercury Swayman at quarterback, they've been really a fun team to watch. We'll see how good they are this week. See if they can get a signature victory.
And how about if you're Bedford? You play back-to-back. You play Richland and Chestnut Ridge. I mean, what, two teams combined, it would have been, what, about 13-0?
Well, they're both ranked in the state in Double A. So
our next game is a 4-3 Central team at home playing a Bellefonte 5-2 team that's coming off a kind of a surprising loss. Penns Valley was good, but wasn't that game at Bellefonte?
Yeah, well,
Penns Valley won at that was
it was
impressive.
a matchup of styles. Penns Valley's a throwing team, and Bellefonte obviously with CJ Funk is power running. But that's kind of why this game I put on the list, because who else is a throwing team? Central. So maybe Central can find something and break through here. And if Central does win, it would be Coach Baker's 200th career victory.
And I have a feeling we might have something about that in the paper too this week. And I'm curious too, is it simple to say if you take CJ Funk away from Bellefonte, you can beat them? Because they don't throw. I know I've typed up some of their boxes. They don't throw a lot.
They were very talented last year with the Myers kid, but he graduated, the transfer from West Branch. I'm not. I hear much more about Funk than I do any other part of their game.
Yeah. Our last game we're going to talk about, and here's something I know that I've never said, is at week 8 of the season, we're talking about a 1-6 Forest Hills team playing at a 5-2 BG, looking for that bounce back after losing last week. It's just weird to see Forest Hills with a 1-6 in front of them, and I got to think BG's got to feel good about their chances at home on Saturday night.
Hey, almost all 0-7. They just got their first win last week.
Yeah.
Forest Hills has gotten better as the season went on, but they had so many seniors to replace from last year that there was a lot of young guys that are learning on the fly. And BG has got a lot of injuries right now too, and the biggest being Keegan Myrick, who played last week, but not extensively, especially on offense. When I talked to Coach Wheeler about whether he was going to play this week, he kind of stuck to, we want him to be 100% for the playoffs.
So they're still looking at the 9th grader Cooper Roth, probably.
I think Myrick will play because he played some last week, but I don't see him getting like 20, 25 carries or anything like that.
Well, that'll be it for week 8 of the high school football season. Again, I'll be at the Tyrone Hollidaysburg game Friday. So if I can beg somebody from Tyrone, I shouldn't have to beg, but if I can get a Tyrone Cup, we would love that. We're still working on that Bellwood Annis Cup without the French fries in it from Nick Loveridge.
If only you knew somebody from Tyrone.
I know. I would think somebody could bring me a Tyrone Cup. They just need to watch YouTube and Mirror TV. But for Mike Boydum, I'm Scott Franco. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you next week.